the moon that night was just gorgeous. Have you seen it in your area? It was really beautiful. But tonight, guys, I've got some other topic for you. We've got a gorgeous set of turbo trainers here in the Scheibach studio. I've been doing lots of testing for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and also all of my training sessions almost were being done on the Zwift on some of those trainers. You've been asking me also lots of questions, which should I buy, which one will be the best for me for this amount of hours spent on the bike in the week, or some triathletes and so on and so on. So I decided to make this episode for the beginners. I'm gonna share here with you guys some basic info that you definitely need to know before you even dig deeper about turbo trainers. At the end of this episode, I'm going to share some quick infos on resistance unit, design, how loud, how smooth these are, but detailed infos you are always will be finding in my testing, like elite testing, tax testing, and some other brands. So here are 3 main things you need to know. If you look at any brochure of some brand that is selling us this stuff, like Elite Tax, Cyclops and so on, you will quite quickly find out that there are mainly 3 different types of turbo trainers, and these are basic ones, smart ones, and interactive ones. The question is, what does it actually mean? I'm not talking here about the rollers. We're gonna talk about it on different episodes, but just turbo trainers which have this bike stand. 3 main types are basic, smart, and interactive. And to make the long story short, it means how much fun you're gonna get on the turbo trainer, and also how deep you'll be able to analyze your training. Basic, smart, interactive. Let's just start with the basic one. So basic turbo trainer means that you have this frame, you have this stand that just allows you to assemble the bike on it. Here is the resistance unit, and you're just off training in your home, at your place, having fun. You're not gonna get any data like speed, cadence, power, definitely nothing like that. You can of course use your speed sensor just on your bike, but not on the front wheel, on the rear wheel, and the cadence sensor, and that will be some kind, it will allow you to at least know your pace, how fast you're riding and what your cadence is, but that's it. This is the basic turbo trainer. Now there are smart and interactive turbo trainers left here. So the smart turbo trainers would be, if I upgrade this one to smart, I would put here some magnet here inside the roller and some sensor with, for example, Bluetooth, and then I'll be able to connect my turbo trainer to any device like your Garmin, your PC, your tablet, your smartphone, and so on. Anything that will have the app or software will connect to this, and then you will see once more some data. This one would give you, for example, the speed. So it's not a lot, but if you purchase turbo trainer which is already smart, it will very often send such data as cadence, speed, and power, which is the most important one. Power is the most important one. So smart turbo trainers will connect to any smart device like smartphones, any mobile device, and also PC, and then you will see how hard you are actually going. Now smart devices have also this advantage that you can use those in the virtual world. That means that you can connect to Zwift, you can use the Elite software, you can use the tax software in order to find yourself in some beautiful place, some beautiful mountains, or just any area in the world, also using the Google Maps subscription. And the faster you will go on the trainer, the faster you will go on that virtual world. So smart trainer will give you much more fun because you will actually see yourself riding in some beautiful places. So believe me, it's not boring. Time just flies when you are riding in some place, whether it's a place you know, or you've been riding maybe last summer and you wanted to go there once again, or maybe some new places, maybe some races also. So that's what Smart is gonna do for you. But if you're, for example, in that virtual world and you are riding up the hill, your Smart Turbo Trainer will not be able to change the resistance for you. Nothing changes. You will not feel that under your legs that you are going up the hill, on the flat, or down the hill. And that's where the smart or interactive turbo trainers come. This is my Bushido. There is the Elite Drivo, and these both are interactive turbo trainers. And that means that those will send the data to your device, as I said, mobile, PC, Garmin, anything, but also these will respond to what the software does to the resistance unit. And that means that if you're gonna be racing against me next Friday on the criterium, and we're gonna go up the hill, there is some like 15% slope, you will feel how hard it is to go up the hill, on the ascent on that mountain. So this is what interactive turbo trainer means. Once more, basic trainer allows you only to assemble the bike and simply spin on it. You can, of course, like here you can see some lever. You can adjust the resistance. You will of course be adjusting resistance also by changing the gears on your turbo trainer. But this is just you who decides to change the resistance. You will also not see any data coming off from your turbo trainer. Now, smart trainers like this one, for example, upgraded to smart version, having some sensors, and also like dedicated smart turbo trainers. I showed you like one of the smart turbo trainers from Tax will send the power data also to your device, so you will see how hard you are going. You can just you can find those data then on Strava and analyze your training. And finally, interactive turbo trainers will react to what's happening in the virtual world you are riding in. So it will be really cool to have the interactive turbo trainer. Now, very good news, super good news, guys. For those having only the basic turbo trainers, you may use the upgrade version, of course, but it will be also enough to use a simple speed sensor on your wheel on the bike and put it here on this trainer. And if you connect, for example, to Zwift, which operates on your model of this Elite turbo trainer, they have this resistance curve saved on their software. You will be able to be riding there in the virtual world as well with the basic one. The problem with it is that it's not going to be super accurate as the smart or interactive ones. It will not react, of course, to any change of the slope, but you will have fun and it will not be boring. So you can also use basic one for that matter. There is some debate on Zwift, for example, should the results from races be just separated for those having smart and interactive trainers and those having just speed sensor on the basic trainers, because these are not as accurate. But still, you can use those for virtual training, and I highly recommend you try it out. I was never bored training, even like against my wall and watching some movies, watching some of my rides I just recorded before. But having the opportunity to join guys in the virtual world is super awesome. Now, very quickly about some features I'm always talking about in details when I'm testing those trainers. As you can see, here we have the design of the trainer, where we put a whole bike. Just imagine this is a whole bike with the rear wheel, and the rear wheel spins on this little roller, and this roller is our resistance unit. That means that you can adjust your resistance here, and you will go harder or just spin very, very lightly. There are different units, like resistance units. This one is the magnetic one. It's quite strong and quite quiet, I would say. This elastogel roller is also really, really good. Then you have another design where you put the bike without the rear wheel. It's the most, I would say, efficient and very, very quiet one. This will be also more expensive, but very, very quiet. Just imagine that you are just spinning with your bike with your rear wheel like 60 kilometers per hour. How fast this little roller has to be spinning? Super, super fast. So this design will be just more quiet and more efficient, in my opinion. But most of the trainers, for most of the guys, this design will be enough. I'm using Bushido. This is my favorite one. I'm gonna do just separate video about why is this my favorite one. There are also some other resistance unit, like fluid ones, super quiet and very smooth, and also the air ones, like with some propeller, how do we call it actually? It can be very smooth but super loud as well. And if you have any further questions, let's say this is the meeting place for the beginners in terms of intercycling, and there in the comment, myself and other guys, thank you very much for replying to others' questions. It's so nice of you, and we'll meet there. So once more, basic trainer, cheap, simple, no data, but you can upgrade it. Then smart trainer will send some data to any device, and then interactive trainer, the most sophisticated one, will respond to what's happening in the virtual world you are riding, which I really recommend at least trying out. All right, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you maybe not tomorrow, because just tomorrow morning I'm leaving for 3 days. And I hope to get some more stuff for testing. I will be updating you from my travel if I can. So I'll see you as soon as possible. Bye bye.